Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to see the domain key identified mails under email security module 2. So let's see about the overview of this video. We are going to discuss about an internet mail architecture, email threads. Under these email threads about the characteristics, capabilities and locations of the email threads. And we're going to discuss about the domain key identified mails strategy and the function flow. So let's see what domain key identified mails in detail. The domain key identified mail is a specification of cryptographically signing email messages, uh, uh, permitting a signing domain to claim a responsibility for a message in the mail stream. A message recipient or agent acting in their behalf can verify the signature by querying the signatures domain directly to retrieve the appropriate public key and thereby confirm that the message was attested to by a party in possession of the private key for the signing domain. This domain key identified mail is proposed internet standard in RFC 4871 has an widely adopted domain key identified mail signatures. This domain key identified mail has been widely adopted by the range of emails providers, including corporations, government agencies, Gmail, Yahoo, and many internet service providers as ISPs. Let's before beginning our discussion of DKIM, just we have to introduce the standard internet mail architecture. Then we look at the threats of the DKIM is intended to address, and finally we can see about the DKIM operation. So let's see about the internet mail architecture. To understand the operation of DKIM, it is useful to have a basic grasp of the internet mail architecture, which is currently defined in RFC 5598. This provides an overview. This video provides an overview of this basic concepts of the internet mail architecture. As its most fundamental level, the internet mail architecture consists of an user world in the form of message user agent MUA and the transfer world in the form of message handling services MHS, which is composed of message transfer agents MTA. The message handling service accepts a message from one user and delivers it to one or more other users by creating a virtual message user agent to message user agent MUA to MUA exchange environment. This architecture involves three types of interoperability. One is between users. A message must be formatted by the message user agent on behalf of the message author so that the message can be displayed to the message recipient by the destination message user agent MUA. There are also interoperability requirements between the message user agent and the message handling service. First, when a message is posted from a message user agent to a message handling service, and later when it is delivered from the message handling service to the destination of a message user agent. Interoperability is required among the message transfer agent components along the transfer path through the message handling services. Let's see about the a particular illustration of a figure with the key components of the internet mail architecture, which includes some of the things as message user agent. What actually a message user agent MUA? Message user agent operates on behalf of the user, user actor, and user application. It is their response representative within the email service. Typically, this function is housed in the user computer and is referred to as a client email service or a program or a local network email server. The author MUA formats the message author formats the MUA as a message and performs initial submission to the MSA via MHS, message handling service. The recipient message user agent process received mail from storage or a display to the recipient user. The next we are going to see about the message submission agent, the function of message submission agent. The message submission agent MSA accepts the message submitted by the MUA and enforces the policies of the hosting domain and the requirement of the internet standard. This function may be located together within the MUA or a separate function model. In this latter case, the simple mail transfer protocol is used between this MUA and the MSA. The next one, which is going to be a message transfer agent, MTA. MTA relies mail from one recipient, one application level hub. It is like a packet switch or an IP router in that its job is to make a route assessment and to move the message closer to the recipient. Relaying is performed by a sequence of MTAs, that is message transfer agents, until the message reaches the destination. So in between the source and the destination, n number of message transfer agents are going to be there from the source to destination. So the SMTP is used between the MTAs and between MTA and MSA or MDA. So that is the most important protocol. We are going to use it over there, simple mail transfer protocol between the MTAs. The next one, message delivery agent. So once the message is going to be transferred from the source to the destination through the MTAs, and it's going to reach to the mail delivery agent. What actually the mail delivery agent's responsibility? The mail delivery agent is responsible for transferring the message from the MHS to the MS. What is MS? MHS is nothing but the message handling service to the message store. So who's going to content of the message content received through the MTA is going to be delivered through the MHS to the message store of the recipient end. What actually the function of message store? An MUA, that is nothing but an message user agent, can employ a long-term message store, and message store can be located on a remote server or on the same machine as the MUA. Typically, an message user agent retrieves message from a remote server using a post office protocol or an internet message access protocol. Such a way, it's going to be receiving the information from the source end to the destination, or client to server, or from one sender to receiver. Another two concepts need to be defined over here, that as an administrative management domain, ADMD, is an internet email provider, example including a department that operates an local mail relay, then nothing but an MTA, an IT department that operates on enterprises mail relay, and an ISP that operates an public shared email service. So here each ADMD, nothing but administrative management domain, can have different operation or operating policies and trust-based decision making. One obvious example is the distinction between mail that is exchanged within an organization and the mail that is exchanged between independent organizations. So the rule for handling the two types of traffic tend to be quite different. The next one is nothing but the domain name system. The domain name system, called as a DNS, is a directory lookup service that provides a mapping between the name of the host on the internet and its numerical addresses. Such a way, we are going to transfer the mail, or the mail is going to be get communicated from one end to the another end, from the sender end to the receiver end. I hope that this description may be clear.